Hi, and welcome to Armanino McKenna's webinar on the CFO Benchmark results. We're very excited to share with you our 7 key directives for better business leadership within the CFO organization. My name is Lori Colvin, and I'm going to be one of your presenters. And first, I'd like to go over some of our housekeeping items. And you're going to see on there your window pane, and you can decrease the window pane if you like by pressing the arrow, and then increase it as well by pressing the square box. And this window pane is the place that you enter your questions. So we encourage you to ask questions throughout the webinar, and we'll get to them at the end. Also, we want to make sure that you are hearing us clearly. So if you are using a telephone and hearing us through the telephone, be sure to click the Use Telephone button. However, if you're on your computer listening through the microphone, be sure to click Use Mic and Speakers. So I would first like to present to you our presenter, who is Tom Mescal, and he is actually our partner in charge of consulting. He oversees the Microsoft practice, our CFO advisory services, and outsourcing. He's actually have over 20 years of experience advising CFO organizations with such things as process improvement, organizational change, IT infrastructure, business strategy and planning. He's been a speaker in numerous occasions in front of live audiences as well as webinars on the CFO role, really studying best practices for CFOs and really transforming the role of the organization. And he comes with a background of both public accounting and private industry.
Thanks, Lori. That was a great introduction. I'm happy to be here this morning, and allow me to introduce you, Lori. You're also going to be co-presenting with me this morning. And Lori is a partner at Armanino McKenna. She oversees our marketing department and has led up our benchmark study and survey for the past number of years. She has summarized all the market research from this year's results, and leads up our CFO Evolution Education Series, this being one webinar that we do throughout the year, but many, many others, and Lori leads up all those programs for us.
Great, thanks, Tom. So we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about today? So we're first going to really walk you through why we did this benchmark study. We're going to look at our CFO evolution framework to give you context to this survey. And then we're going to walk through the key directives as well as talking about how we're going to meet those directives and what we've seen in the marketplace in order to achieve this really better business leadership.
So before I jump into what the market demands are, many of the audience members this morning are asking, can I get copies of the slides that we're going through? Should I be taking notes? I think it'd be best just to maybe listen to the webinar, take in, if there's some key notes, go ahead and jot those down. But after this, we will send out the slides, the presentation, and Lori will also be telling you some additional things that we'll be sending out for some resources. Let me jump into kind of the overall themes and demands that we're seeing. Today's CFO and CFO organizations are inundated with a myriad of compliance, complexity, responsibilities about handling everything from accounting, legal, risk, dealing with senior management, the board of directors. And it's evident that CFOs need to continue to perform at a high level. The market demands it. The organizations demand it. Competitors are moving quickly, so if you don't respond, you'll have issues from that perspective. So, ultimately, CFOs and their organizations need to be more agile, innovative, responsive, resourceful. And so at Armanino McKenna, we've set out to help CFOs tackle these issues and really come up with best practices, solutions, ideas, and help you understand the trends in the market around accomplishing these goals.
Yeah, so what did we do? Well, for the past 3 years, we have been conducting CFO benchmark studies. Probably up to this point, we have over 1,000 participants that have participated over the last 3 years. This year, we're looking at over 200 CFOs that have participated. And really, we asked them what their plans and expectations were. We identified top priorities and their initiatives. And then from there, we really analyzed the results and developed a framework and created a set of initiatives to really help CFOs move towards better business leadership. And we called that the CFO Evolution Framework.
Yeah, you know, the CFO Evolution Framework is fairly simple but very powerful. If you have been with us for the last couple of years, you probably have seen this slide. The hypothesis here is that on the left side is companies are spending a significant amount of time on the accountant role and less time as it relates to business leadership. And in fact, if you look at the left side of this chart, our survey this year has said the entire CFO organization is spending 55% of their time on the accountant role and only 25% in business leadership. And spending the other portion, 20%, as a business protector, really protecting the business, obliging with the compliance rules, regulations. And the framework, the CFO Evolution Framework, asks the question, how would you like your organization to be aligned? And of course you have to do the accountant role, but everybody wants to do it better, faster, cheaper, and spend more time on the activities that are defined as business leadership. And so to transform yourself, your organization, from the left side of this chart to the right side, 3 things have to happen. You have to streamline the accounting role, you have to optimize the business protector role, and you have to enable business leadership. And 3 ways that can be accomplished is through people, process, and technology. And our survey goes on to benchmark what are people doing in each of these areas to really enable this change within their business.
Great. So back to the benchmark survey. So for the past couple of years, we really just benchmark CFO organizations against others. But this year what we did is we took that benchmark data combined with market intelligence, CFO interviews, expert insight from our position, and really created key directives to better business leadership. So we are excited to introduce the 7 key directives that really is based on all of your organization's responses of where and what they should be doing to really achieve business leadership throughout the entire organization. So our first key directive is really align your priority with company priorities. What we found was that the vast majority of CFOs, 64% of them, conceded that less than 40% of their individual time was spent on company priorities. And you can see that the majority of folks, when you ask what are your company top priorities, they cited market expansion, more efficient operations, and launching new products.
What you're going to see in our key directives and how to accomplish or make progress against each key directive, you're going to see a theme around the people, process, and technology. And in a number of these directives that we're going to talk about, more than one will apply. Certainly in this first key directive, which is aligning the CFO and the CFO organizations around the top key priority, we believe the people theme is significant to accomplishing this directive. We believe that linking your plan, your individual plans, your department plans that you're responsible for, which is typically finance, HR, legal, IT, a lot of the back office capabilities, need to be linked to the overall company's priorities and the company's plans. And that's simple concept, but apparent from our survey results, most organizations are not doing this, and they're not doing it effectively. So a couple best practices here around how to link that is communication, significant, as well as building the relationship. So being a